You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. So what are we going to do? That's the great question. What are we going to do this time around? Maybe I'll do the bailout thing. And after that, maybe I'm gonna... I'm just gonna be submissive or something. I don't know. Let's try that.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Oh, there's one more of these lie options. Let's just do this.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Is it gonna lead us back to the cabin?
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also...
Yep.
Unsurprisingly.
Unsurprisingly.
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Sheesh.
You're
No.
really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
But who, everyone? Who be everyone?
Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh. There's no fighting this, is there? I have to go into the cabin? Don't I? Fine. Yes, I'm being stubborn this time around.
Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Ooh. We do get a new
You're
chapter
on a
though.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
It do be looking different though.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. I feel like this might lead us to something of a similar outcome that we experienced last time, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Is that a confirmation of what I just said? I'm not sure. Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
So we got the contrarian now.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead. You know I
We're
can
lying.
tell when you're lying, right?
Oh, okay.
Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat. If we're
Yeah,
stuck
we know.
going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Gotta love this guy.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Obviously, yeah. How does it look?
Interior
Oh,
is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho! You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
I do wonder why the narrator is always addressed with pronouns in capital letters.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Just red explode. What are we going to do this time around? I mean, it's always the same. She's definitely gonna act more hostile if we enter the basement with the blade. We already know that. I'm not sure what this word is calling for. I mean, true to the spirit of the contrarian. I don't know. We're gonna enter without it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yep.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi.
Oh.
What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong.
We
This
didn't even
feels
take the
like a
knife.
trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon.
Yep.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Obviously. Take the harsh stairs. We're gonna take the harsh stairs.
You step to the left. The path
Yes.
is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears. and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Hey, Romster. I don't know, man. Let's see where this is going.
Deception and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
The music's got a beat now.
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
We haven't heard from our hero yet.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
It is quite intense, yeah.
You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember.
Okay.
Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Okay. Let's see then. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here. What's your name? That's a question and a half. I feel like we won't be getting an answer if we ask that. Come on, let's do this. What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness
Ooh,
or
okay.
Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
So she's arrogant this time around. So we've seen her be submissive. We've seen her get aggressive, and now she's, yeah, I guess quite the royal asshole. So what you'd call that?
You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Oh my god.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures.
Yeah.
And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
Yeah, this seems like the first one we encountered.
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
It's weird that the narrator seems to be like the only one who can't remember.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. New plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Okay. Do I get any new options? There's more of you now. We've already tried getting her out. Retreat. Disembowelment. It's like pulling your insides out, I guess. Like basically cutting your belly open and pulling the organs out. I think that's probably accurate. I feel like there's something weird going on here. Like this shows up as one option, but it's like actually 3 options. Huh. Let's see who's gonna answer.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
Oh no.
She fractures again.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, me neither.
Which is why we need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs.
Yeah.
Where the blade is, if you want it, you'll have to go and get it.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back.
Kinda hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
I mean, is this just, I don't know, visualization of the different paths? I have no clue. This is still only one option. I hate it. I can't do anything about it.
What, like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
I am not.
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
Let's see.
And do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
Well, this part of you doesn't seem so nice.
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
Mm-hmm.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Uh-huh, so we have arrived at the one and only choice, do everything. Crazy. Yeah, so I guess it was supposed to be like that, and not just a bug.
Wait, that's not right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
Bye.
I think he's gone.
Yeah.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit.
They just don't fit.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Please. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. Man, I just want to help. I can't not help. Let's just say nothing. And by nothing, I mean this option here. Okay. So we're here again. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Now we've switched to being the contrarian. Is it like that? Like usually the voice of the hero is our POV. Basically, I think.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't
Okay.
like that thing.
No, we're that other thing. I think I've been in the exact same situation last stream where I thought that. Oh, this is messing with me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. He's just messing with us. Right?
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself on the long quiet once again. Dude, I love this music. You are at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me? It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
I don't think I am able to tell you.
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
I'm usually a bit more talkative, I'd say, but I don't really have a whole lot to say when I'm playing this. As I mostly want to take it in. I don't really want to ask any of these other questions. Maybe this one. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think this will be the last one.
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walk. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
So I did say that I'm not talking a lot right now, but I gotta mention that the age of fruit flies is upon us again, which is a very sad development, one of the saddest developments in a year, because they do be kinda annoying, and I just I just experienced the first one this year flying around my head. So irritating. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to pick one of these. I just might, but yeah. I don't know.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So which path do I have yet to walk? I think I've yet to experience the option of being ecstatic about killing her. So maybe let's try that one. I also just loved that option the first time I saw it, but I didn't take it the first couple times around.
That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I know that I've experienced most of this dialogue before, but I still don't feel like skipping
Blade
it.
is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'd probably be skipping it if I was playing on my own. I don't know. Yep, we're taking the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Let's go then.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Oh. The Drykov raid. Well, I guess everyone who came here just experienced some slaying of the salmons, and what we're doing here, or what we're about to do here, is not that unsimilar, because, yeah, this is Slay the Princess. And for anyone not familiar with this game, this is a horror title with some quite disturbing themes. I am to slay her. Yes, yes. I am. Horror at this time, yeah. I just didn't want to play Salmon Run or Side Order. Yeah, the title isn't lying. But yeah, if anyone is curious about what's actually happening here, or what's about to happen, there's a pinned message in the chat with content warnings, as this game does get quite heavy. Yeah, it's the truth. I feel like I probably have only slewn her once. And hey, just me, I didn't say hi, but hello. And for everyone else who's never seen me play Salmon Run, I did stream that twice. I wouldn't really say it's a roguelike, but you do just take it from the top. So far, I've only seen chapter 1 and 2, and chapter 1 is essentially, it starts off always the same, and depending on the choices you make in chapter 1, like what you'll be presented with in chapter 2 will change. Even the title of chapter 2 will change depending on what you say in chapter 1. Yeah, basically that. That's the short version of it. But yeah, enjoy lunch, just me. Hope you prepared something nice. Lunch is gonna wait me in probably like 1 to 2 hours, maybe. Late lunch, I should say. But yeah, it's a visual novel. But not the anime kind of visual novel. The art style is more Western, I'd say. Okay. But I feel like that's enough stalling. Everyone who isn't interested or who isn't in the mood for a horror game should have probably left by now.
Who's there?
She seems quite confident this time around.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
It's probably... Yes. Very graphic, I should say. I don't know why Twitch doesn't put the like the warning for this game there by default, but I think I put a manual warning here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just checking in on you. Okay, like one of the times I went down here, I just silently approached her to kill her. I think I'm I'm gonna try and be a bit more sly about it this time. Haha.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
I shall laugh while I still can.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I will say this game has an absolutely beautiful OST, and once I'm done with it, I will probably listen to that OST forever. Well, not forever, for a while.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Let's stall a little more. I love this option, but I'm not sure.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
Well, you see, I like to do wood carvings. The table upstairs. Actually, I made that.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare.
We'll see.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Oh, okay. So that's not a whole lot of options left. Like I think the second or third time I played this, I just approached her. Mirren. Like the first time I slew her was basically just no talk at all. Just approach her and put the knife in her.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Ooh.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are
It's-
you scared of me? Because you should be.
I am.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I bet you enjoyed every second of it, Mirren. Sorry, I had to say it.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm sorry. Ah. I feel like I want to hesitate a bit more. I just want to see what's happening if I hesitate. Like not completely dropping my guard, but just stalling, like I tend to. I think no matter what I do, some scary thing will happen.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay. I love this. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pick this.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever.
Yeah. We are winning this Undertale style.
You squint even harder.
Definitely going to win.
So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Okay. Well.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Nice. Let's see.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, that hurt!
Yeah, that's what I said.
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Can we though? Oh. No. We're trying. Even despite all the doubt in our heart, we're finishing this job.
The princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
Dude. Keeping my thoughts to myself. They are not like...
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Let's see to what kind of chapter 2 this will lead. Adversary. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, I'm gonna say what I was gonna say, but the confrontations between these two, if we see ourselves as like one entity, they are so I don't know, they kind of have that Battler and Beatrice battling it out charm to them. Like, you can absolutely tell that there's serious emotions, but there's also something kind of friendly in there sometimes, I think. Or at the end of it, most of the time. Mio Takano has entered chat. Yes. I'm just too Umineko pilled whenever I encounter anything, any media. But this interaction right now especially just made me think of that dynamic they had going sometimes. What do I do now? Okay, no. That's such a nothing statement. let's refer to what happened before. I think so far I've always referred to what happened in chapter 1. I could just take one of the options down here that doesn't take any of the previous events into consideration, but it would probably not change a whole lot. La la.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Possibly I just like to throw the narrator off. Ooh. Well, hope you enjoy the process of making it as much as you're going to enjoy the end product, right?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Voice of the Stubborn, that's so me.
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
I think I asked this one before.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've moved.
Yeah, I did.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her. And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters.
Clearly the Voice of the Stubborn is a huge Metallica fan.
Couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Did we do this before?
Just be quick about it.
Yeah, we did. But what did we ask? Beat me to death, yeah. These are two very different approaches.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods.
Just like in a fairy tale. One of those very grim ones. Let's downplay her a little.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions? There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting.
Okay.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Let's see what the interior of the cabin looks like this time around.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight. Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear? Crystal. Let's just get on with it already. The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yes, we... Oh, so many options. Oh yeah, right, the mirror. It is. But yeah, we're taking the blade again.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
What happens if we approach the mirror with a blade? Now I'm curious. So true. And she is as well, hopefully. I do wonder if that triggers like a unique interactions.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Okay.
I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. So all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Just thought there might be a different interaction if we carry the blade. But yeah, so ready to
fight. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Ooh.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
I'm not sure I'm a good fight, but I'm gonna do my best, princess.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
Yeah. She's basically your reflection, right?
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes.
I mean, last time around she didn't even need anything to kill us. She just beat us to death. Just like that. With one hand shackled, that is.
I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Please, please do. Oh man, some of these options are just so tempting. But yeah, the game tells me there aren't any wrong answers. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight. Let's go this road. I feel like she'll love that one.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Alright, fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember.
Yeah, and it's always like that.
Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
The narrator is having a My Chemical Romance moment. Just because of others you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy. Oh, we can lie again, but the narrator knows when we are lying. We already revealed that much. I hate that there's so many options. I have such a hard time deciding. But yeah, let's just not go against his will this time around.
Great. Now focus up and do it then.
I'm also curious to see how hard we're gonna die this time. This would actually be pretty funny now. Depends on your definition of a good job, right?
You look exactly the same.
Can you describe me? Huh. We're fighting.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor.
I mean, even in her most vulnerable form, she didn't flinch at physical violence.
You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
I'm so sorry. I've been like that all my life.
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Let's go!
That's your plan. Push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more.
Ouchie.
You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum. Your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm.
We lost the mind
She
game.
grins at you from behind her guard. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle. No, we can do this. Just keep pushing. We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Nah, we're gonna keep pushing.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes. You finally get it, don't you? Yes, you're right. We don't even need to talk about it.
Your balance is suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls you into her knee.
Oh no, oh no. I think we're going to meet Mirren's fate.
It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. We're fine! But you barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours. Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor. I said we're fine. I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm, and with near total ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
You forgot this.
She tosses it at your feet.
Okay, so there's many options and with lots of text. Like we've already experienced the nothingness outside the cabin. Multiple times even. Like when we tried to leave just before this attempt, or what was the other time? I think the second or third attempt last stream. When we left the cabin and there was nothing there anymore. So I do want to disagree with the currently read statement that we are being shown, or that I am showing. Yeah, we're fighting. We're fighting.
You and the princess attack each other once again, each of you dealing a single, terrible, lethal blow. Wait, does that mean we're dead? Or rather, about to be dead. As your blade pierces her sternum, the princess buries her fist into the soft meat of your organs. You feel a few horrifically painful pops, a gush of fluid, and it's over. It's finally over. No, it's not. We're just getting started. But it is over. Dead is dead. I know this isn't the happiest ending for you, but you saved the entire world from ruin.
My guy, the
better endings than that.
My guy, the stubbornest protagonist in an action movie, with all those one-liners he's pulling out of his ass.
Well, are you going to listen to him? Or are you going to listen to me? Get up. Wait, no, that can't be right. Your eyes bolt open and you push yourself back to your feet.
Ooh.
Alive. Ha! I told you this wasn't over. What about her? The blade went right through her heart. What about her? If we're fine, then she's fine. No, she's dead. She has to be. No!
Mm-hmm.
Right. We're all shit out of luck, aren't we? I knew it. I told you we should all believe in her. This is perfect. The princess rises from the ground, staggering slightly, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade still buried in her heart.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing, and hurls it at your feet. You know what to do. Again! But she came back. What's the point of fighting her if she can just do that? All of you need to settle down. This whole situation is coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all.
Eternal fun, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, we just missed her heart. Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over. Well, I guess I had it wrong.
Well, the narrator has some power, I think. On our first attempt, he had some control over us, at least, if I remember that correctly. But it seems like they are not all-knowing.
Guess you had it wrong. Aren't you supposed to know everything? I never said I knew everything. Nothing. It means nothing. I shouldn't have said that. But you did say it, so it means something. Oh, stop bickering over nothing. Our destiny is right in front of us. Pick up the blade and go to her. Okay, fine. That is what I meant by untethering. Do you hear him rambling on about destiny? He's lost the thread, and if you lose the thread, you won't be able to save the world.
I feel like we failed many times before at doing exactly that.
What is that supposed to mean? don't have to answer that, and I'm not going to answer that. Why the bloody hell not? Because right now, there's still a razor-thin chance that you're able to get your act together. There are patterns of thought out there that beg to be finished, but once you finish them, that's it. They change everything. There's no going back, and if I say anything else, you're going to finish one of those thoughts. What?
Oh. My thoughts are, we love each other. I don't know. There's the lie option. Yeah, it is a love story. I think it explicitly says that, right? Yeah, it does. It does so when you open the game. Very tempting options, indeed. Huh. Haha. Decisions, decisions, decisions. I'm very tempted to lie in this situation. I am very tempted. Oh wait, it almost got me. It says can die. Doesn't even say can't die with the life race. Well, so happy I didn't make the wrong decision there, right? I'm thinking way too much. I'm thinking way too much to come to any sensible conclusion. Heck, let's just go for this. I think this might be a boring one, but I feel like pressing enter now.
Yes, exactly. Like, the princess can't die. I tried, you know. I tried very hard to make this work.
Oh, he seems heartbroken.
I don't like that resignation. Are you sure we can't just unthink it? Yes, like I said, I'm afraid some thoughts can't be unthought. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to pour myself a stiff drink. If I'm going to see the end of everything, I'd rather not be sober. So I was right. Why are all of you so glum? This is perfect, isn't it? We get to experience greatness and battle and triumph forever.
Triumph?
But I think it was the stubborn one who said, your destiny awaits, right? No, hold on. There has to be another way. What if we just leave her down here? What if we run away? What if we convince her not to end the world? You can't reason with her. Ending the world is her fundamental nature. It's not a decision she can flip on and off. It is her. And what exactly can't we leave her down here? Because all it would do is stall the inevitable. And what's wrong with stalling? Oh, there's plenty wrong with stalling. The end is still the end, and I'd rather face mine head on. You mopey ass. Why did you even ask us to slay her if it was going to end like this? Because it didn't have to end like this. If you don't mind, I'd rather not spend everyone's last moments arguing with you. It's time. Yes, I suppose it is. If we fight her forever, then maybe she can't end the world. Maybe everything can still work out. I guess we'll just have to see how things play out.
Don't you get it? You don't have to shuffle your feet. What comes next is going to last forever.
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor and share a knowing look. Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess aiming to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body. The impact forces the air from your lungs, stars dancing in front of your eyes as you fail to keep your bearing. You both collapse to the ground before either of you has a chance to survey the damage. And then we get up. Yes. And then you get up.
That was a good one. More!
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment. And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. We're all still here. This is all gonna be okay. Isn't it? Isn't it?
But he doesn't answer the voice. He'll never answer. He's gone.
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is... What is this place?
Arms.
We do this? Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right. It's the end of the world, isn't it? It's the end of everything. Far from it. We're still here. And she's still here too.
The princess stumbles and her body
I feel
slumps.
so tired.
You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself on the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it. It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own, and because of that, nothing can't exist. No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours. If I did, I would already be awake. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So, am I gonna do one more? I'm definitely gonna save. Because I haven't done that since I started playing today. Yeah. I mean, it can only be like an hour or so more. I am kind of afraid though, because I still feel like I figured very little out. Basically nothing, if I'm being honest. I am sympathetic towards the narrator as well though. Like, obviously he's kind of an ass, but still. I think I might go for one more.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm not feeling that hungry right now. What am I gonna do now? Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Like, there's so many things you could do differently, I suppose. I've already said this line. I've not said this one. I'm not sure I want to be this kind of asshole for like the supposedly last plot thread. I don't know.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Okay. Nothing.
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I really don't feel like taking the blade for my last attempt. I don't know. I just really don't feel like doing that. So yeah, I'm not going to do that.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Feels like going back to the roots.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Let's try and have an open conversation with her.
You must have the wrong address.
I love this reaction.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains? Okay. Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
I like the world. That's just what a world ender would say.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Deflect. Did we have deflect options before?
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
I don't know, man.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I just don't want to kill, man. I'm like, this is the only thing that I've left to do, I think. As far as I recognize. I'm not sure. There's so many options, and so many things have been said, and I can make so little sense of it that I have a hard time. I don't know. I don't know how to put that. I don't know how to put that adequately in English, I guess. But yeah, if they wouldn't have implied that this was going to be the quote-unquote last plot thread or path before we get to see some sort of I don't know, some sort of truth, I guess, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I'd hesitate here and just pick the third option just because I haven't seen it. And all the interactions and dynamics have been interesting to explore so far, so I don't know. I'm just gonna do that.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch.
It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right, this choice, but yeah. I still want to go this way. Yeah, she's not.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
I like pissing off the narrator and the princess, I guess.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
No, I'm channeling the stubborn one from our previous attempt, and
It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. But it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, I'm a monster as well. Go to sleep. As if anyone could sleep like that. But yeah, we're going to do that.
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it.
I just like the thought of that.
Process his threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
I am a literal monster here.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Like, I'm fine getting killed on my on this one.
Which side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I feel like this game could get like some insane reactions out of people or something, but really mostly what it does to me is make me depressed. I'm just going there.
A warning. Before she will lie. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
This is just the most extended personality test of all time.
Is plain. The smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
I mean, there's like 4 people there, which is the total of our previous attempts, so I suppose that's what that could mean. Like, these are what were they all? Voice of the Smitten was the first one, I think. What even was the second one? I don't remember. Smitten, stubborn, paranoid. Did I actually already forget? I guess I did. But now that one line kind of makes sense that was said in like my second or third attempt. were the hero, I think, referred to the 4 of us. I just couldn't count 4 people with 4 voices. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh, we should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favors. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
I'm just apathetic. I don't wanna... I just don't wanna take the knife right now.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else. You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
Like the total opposite of what I'm feeling right now, this option. Ooh. This is what I'm feeling right now.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen? You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between 2 loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Love that she's saying that.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Oh my god.
I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Heart, lungs, What are you doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want...
And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more?
You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs, liver.
Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Lungs, liver, nerves,
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
liver,
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us.
liver,
Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent.
liver,
Don't lose sight of your mission.
heart,
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault.
liver,
It doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now.
liver,
Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, 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 lungs, liver, nerves.
Ho 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 ho.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
Hmm?
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to.
lungs,
Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Hmm?
heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then...
Shit, make her stop.
Hey, snap out of it.
Okay, deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
You're back.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
One moment,
liver,
and
nerves,
then you're
heart,
gone.
lungs, liver,
Just
nerves,
like
heart,
that.
lungs, liver,
Ah,
nerves, heart,
and there's the fear.
nerves,
She pulls away.
liver.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it?
Liver,
I've already
nerves,
done that.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, 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 heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
I am what I am.
liver.
It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
Hmm.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, 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 liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
And this is the one I'm most curious about, but it's also the one...
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
I don't know.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
It's the one that I've been keeping to for this entire attempt, I shall say.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
Like, this is most in spirit with how I have been acting up to this point.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
I'll just do it. I'll just do it. I know I'm only making the stupidest decisions, but
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
liver, nerves, heart,
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you.
Did see that tear though.
Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment. Gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going. You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on.
You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out. No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think. We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
Oh yeah, that was one of my attempts. That was the one where I didn't say anything and just went to her and killed her. I didn't get the opportunist.
We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere.
I also didn't get this one, I think.
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
I mean, I've lost it long before this moment.
Of course we're wrong. She is the only thing that's right. Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it? Many times. It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all. It doesn't matter. Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine, it just goes on and on. There's nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized. And yet, you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same. Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't?
I don't know what this means at all. I only remember being here twice before this. That's why I'm not picking this one. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, this is all chapters. Oh, right. Of course, now I understand. Yeah, okay. I was thinking like, not in general terms of, I don't know, the flow of the story, but more like this specific location. Like this specific location, the the path with the trees. That's what I was thinking. Like, I've never been here even once. How are you saying we've been here twice? I mean, this is most true to my actual feelings right now. This answer here. I'm just having too hard of a time putting together a general picture, if I'm being honest.
I don't care how you feel. You have to slay her. You have to pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it. You're lucky you haven't been stuck here like the rest of them. There's no other way to keep going. You either need to forget
or you need to stop feeling much of anything. They can't do either.
He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me.
He's worse than her.
What does here even mean, if you really think about it?
Exactly.
Shut up. You were here.
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for
I feel
you
like
to slay her.
Yeah, I know I'm being really slow. Thanks for chatting with me though. And good luck with whatever you're gonna do now. I feel like it's appropriate for me to sit alone in this emptiness, because that's most accurate to what I'm feeling right now.
Maybe you're shattered in your own way. Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment?
Sorry, I wasn't fast enough to get to the end with you.
Ugh, here you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere. Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares?
I can't just make any sense of the narrator's position in all of this. And I keep trying to dig through my hazy memory of everything. But there have been so many things that just seem so interesting to me that I have no clue what's going to be important in the end.
They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers, and they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she'll...
And then she smashes us into smaller pieces.
I kept my hand resting on enter there. Sorry for interrupting you.
If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago.
Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them. We've tried that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Our hearts always brought us back to her. The deck is stacked.
So many paths, and they're all circles.
You do nothing. You can't just do nothing. You have to do something.
That's a new one.
Huh. Do you think it'll work?
No. Nothing ever works.
Boo! You're the worst one.
He's not the one who got us into this mess.
At least I keep you breathing around her. See? That's why the sad one's the worst. The jumpy one tries. Who cares? All of you just yap about nothing. And that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half. Great. And that's why you're not the top. I want to see what nothing does for us. Right now, all of you aren't letting nothing happen.
Hopefully this stuffs all the rest of them someplace quiet. You need me, and you need to not have them. He'll get you killed by himself.
Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed at one point or another. That's hardly even a concern now.
As the little voices bicker amongst themselves, you do your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen your focus when you need it. I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity.
We don't at all.
My point exactly.
We don't at all.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there. Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it. He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose. They've been hurt too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up. You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin. The cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free. It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it. Just do something. It doesn't matter what. Proceed. Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's another new one. How do you keep coming up with new things? I hope this works better than nothing did. Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them. And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her. The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. It's the only way forward. You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep, deep in the bowels of the earth. You see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
And closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my hand and let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pause. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand. You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired. Why is it so cold?
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just like her. Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now. It doesn't seem like there's much else to do here. Finally, we can smash it. Oh, will you stop with the smashing? What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves. Yeah. I think I'd like that. Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look. Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. It feels... oh, I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep. I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor. I think you know what I am. I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore. The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save. I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me. No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is? She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. Light. burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself. I killed myself. It had to be done, really. None of this would have worked if I was still alive. Nobody living could know about her. If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us. Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you. I love you. It's magnificent. Everything, just like it always has been, and just like it always will be.
My oh my. I haven't even been muted. I just didn't say anything. But yeah, welcome back. This was definitely an emotional experience in the end. And I'm not quite sure what to say about it. Like really, I just don't know what to say about it. Like, where do I even go from here? I can't imagine that it's... I don't know. Fun seems like the wrong word, but I guess fun. To watch others experience this. But yeah, what a gorgeous, thought-provoking game, as pretentious as that might sound. But there were a lot of parts in this game that really moved me and made me think. And I feel like I need time on my own to process this further. Maybe talk to or listen to what other people have said about their experience with this. It feels so weird to just like cut it here, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Because yeah, I don't really have anything more to add to what I've already said. So yeah, thanks for keeping me company. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day. I'm not sure how my day is going to proceed from this point on. So yeah, bye bye.